There were a few nice surprises for Mahendra Singh Dhoni on his birthday yesterday. Most of them involved West Indian batsmen making many unhappy returns to the pavilion. For a while it seemed that he was thinking a bit too deeply about things, as he and his slips were offered presents but were too far back to accept them. The home side will eventually party to their own downfall. 4 of their batsmen helped the ball onto their stumps in the first innings. But there were 2 West Indians who did get top marks yesterday. Darren Bravo is making a habit out of constructing valuable innings for his team. And Carlton Bow excited the crowd with a frisky half-century. It was the Indians who had most reason to get into the mood for merrymaking at the Windsor Park though. Ishant put on the war paint, and while his skipper turned 30, Sharma turned in another 5-wicket performance. And it also turned out to be a big day for Harbhajan Singh, who celebrated becoming only the 11th man to take 400 Test wickets. All in all, it was a satisfying way for India's captain to end an outstanding year. And India can go further as we get ready for the start of day 3 of this 3rd and final test between the West Indies and India here in Dominica. As we say welcome to Windsor Park, the sun peeping through at the moment, but India put themselves in a strong position in this test match after they won the toss. They elected to field first and they bowled out the West Indies for 204. Only Darren Bravo and Carlton Bow getting amongst the runs. Ishant Sharma, his 3rd 5-wicket haul in test match cricket, and for Harbhajan Singh, a memorable day, 400 test match wickets for him. India 196 runs behind.
So lovely, bright, sunny morning here at Windsor Park. We had plenty of rain last night. Rain, lightning, but the weather is clear this morning. Pattern of the weather over the first 2 days has been like this. It's been sunny at the start, usually through until lunch, and then the rain comes down over the mountains, just overlooking Roseau. But at the moment, nice bright sunshine, and the West Indies to resume, struggling to 204. They're batting once more, as it has done all season in the 4 test matches played before this. Has struggled to put together any sort of total, and now India with a really good opportunity, not because of the conditions alone, but because of the fact that the West Indies are down to 3 bowlers with the illness to Ravi Rampal. We understand that he has improved somewhat overnight, but he's not in the field. Here's Edwards now with his first delivery. Mukund at the batsman. No, not quite yet. Again, almost every time we get to start the match over the first 2 days, this has happened. Walking right in front of the sight screen as soon as Edwards is about to deliver. The bowler will not be happy with that at all. Denzel Simmons on the field as substitute for Ravi Rampal. Will only be allowed to field. Would have been useful as a backup bowler, bowling medium pace, but is dropped from the match. West Indies have gone into this test with only 4 bowlers, main bowlers, as they have done in the test matches for this season. At least before this they had, for the first couple of test matches, Brendan Nash, left arm, bowled a little bit. Lendl Simmons also medium pace, could bowl just a little bit fill in. No such individual now. Edwards full length. And on the spot for the first two deliveries. Jeffrey Dujon's alongside me. Ian Bishop mentioned that we have nothing to prove. I don't know, what do you think about that, Jeffrey?
Well, it would be senseless to try to prove anything where cricket is concerned. Well past that stage now. It's a nice start from Fidel Edwards, trying to keep the ball up to the bat. See if he can get some of that inward movement that he normally gets early on. Nice length. A nice stride by Mukund. And you'll feel that he can come forward with a bit more assurance. There's not a lot of bounce in this pitch. And Edwards, with his slinging action, you wouldn't expect him to really get that much unless he really bangs it down in his half. It's looked better as the series has gone on, Mukund.
More problems in front of the sideboard. You really would have thought that the security personnel would be down there to ensure that they don't have that problem. First run of the day, very quickly taken. So Mukund gets going. Edwards just looking to make the batsman play all the while here.
It's just been a feature of the Indian running. They very enterprising. Try to keep the scoreboard ticking over if they're not getting boundaries. Murali Vijay just getting ready to face his first delivery of the morning.
Beautifully bowled. He'll get a boundary for it down to third man, but he just managed to squeeze it out. An out-swinging Yorker. And he just managed to get the bottom of the bat onto it. Fine over from Edwards to start off with. Almost through. 13 without loss. Last ball of the opening over the day. Good over from Edwards. Right on target, making the batsman play at every delivery. And very nearly getting through Murali Vijay's defence with a spot-on out-swinging Yorker. Just managed to get the bottom of the bat onto it. Got 4 for it to third man, the vacant position. But a good start by Edwards. Caught behind, Edwards gets him, and Murali Vijay's horrid tour continues with an outswinger just pushing at it. Thin outside edge found, and an early wicket for Fidel Edwards, who almost had one with his previous delivery, the last ball of his last over.
It's so much better from Fidel Edwards. He's committed to pitch the ball up and gets his reward here. Set for the outswinger, and Vijay pushing at it. Wasn't near enough to be playing at that, and takes the edge, a healthy edge, and easy catch in the end for Carlton Baugh. So Murali Vijay goes for 5, and the West Indies have struck. It's 13 for 1.
So an early breakthrough for the West Indies brings in Rahul Dravid. He's had to come in early on every occasion in the series so far. West Indies have made early breakthroughs. Usually it's been Ravi Rampal, but he's off the field, so Edwards has come up now with the early wicket. Lovely shot. Just a little bit of width from Edwards, the outswinger. And Dravid puts it away. They'll come for a third. Just have to hurry a bit for it. But to get it in the end with the hurrying.
Very good driver of the ball is Rahul Dravid. Doesn't appear to hit the ball very hard, just times it.
Sami now to Dravid. Just looking back, this season bowlers have been, or bowling teams have been lucky that the batting teams haven't fired, with one exception. There's only been one total in the 5 test matches we've had so far, this being the 5th. 2 against Pakistan and 3 against India, which a total of over 300, and that was Pakistan 377 for 6 declared in the second innings of the test in St Kitts. Bowled him. Sami gets through. He's happy, and another strike for the West Indies, and what an exciting dismissal that is for Sami. But he took care of him in Barbados, and he's done so again. 18 for 2 India.
Big wicket for the West Indies. Darren Sami got him with the outswinger in Barbados. This one comes back in right through the gate, hits the middle stump. Second wicket goes down. Good delivery from Darren Sami. Big wicket for the West Indies. Dravid goes for 5. It's 18 for 2.
VVS Latchman comes in now.
Hey, man.
Outstanding test match in Barbados. Just thought he should have a little polish on the back of his head before he takes the delivery. Interesting comment from Darren Sami before the test match relating to Rahul Dravid and also to VVS Latchman. Just at the media conference prior to the test, Sami made the comment that Dravid is very vulnerable to deliveries on his off stump early in his innings. Well, he produced a beauty.
Who isn't?
Well, you would say that Dravid less than most other batsmen, and that's a really good one.
Well, we saw Sami go past his outside edge this morning, and we saw him get him in Barbados with one that just left him. This one opened the gate, came back the other way, and got the middle stump and broke the bail.
Yeah, it's been top class bowling from the West Indies today. There's the broken bail. Had to replace it.
No.
So merely Vijay going to Edwards and Dravid to Sami. Yeah, that's a quality ball. So I'm used that to very good effect in the first test match of the season against Pakistan in Guyana. Ball cutting back sharply.
No.
When he got his 7 wickets in the test, 2 in the first innings and 5 in the second. End of the over, 18 for 2, a wicket maiden.
He'll have to bowl a pretty long spell, Darren Sami. for as long as they're out there, for as long as the weather offers that opportunity. He'll have to hold up one end, and then he'll have to rotate Edwards and Davindra Bishu. Edwards off after a 5-over spell this morning, as you'd expect. Nice shot. He's been a patient stay at the crease for Mukund so far. He's gone to 11 from 46 balls now.
Also because of the slowness of the outfield, there'll be a lot of running that the batsman will have to do. There's been a fair bit of rain over the last couple of days, which will have slowed down the outfield considerably. So a lot of hard work ahead of the batsman.
Tell you, Sonny, it's not going to be as hard as it is for bowlers.
Oh!
Well, he got some turn there. Pretty sharp turn as well. Have a look at that.
Yes. Yeah.
So far it's been slow turn though. It's not ripped off the surface.
Just his first over, so trying to push the deliveries along rather than trying to flight them. There again, a quicker delivery. Not much air given by Bishu. He really is very dangerous when he gives the ball a little air. Invites the batsman to go for the drive. Drive on the up, gets a bit of turn.
Yeah, boy.
30 for 2.
Continues to work very hard, both as captain and as a frontline bowler now. Really now taking up the responsibility in the absence of the unwell Ravi Rampal. Lovely clear morning so far, looking out of the capital toward the Caribbean Sea. This is the area of the botanical gardens in the foreground. Some would argue that all of Dominica is a botanical garden. Everything looks so very lush, flamboyant, in full bloom. Really bright iridescent colors.
He'll try to keep things as tight as he can. So just if India get some runs, they get a lead, or it's going to take them a good while to do it. Doesn't really have the attacking weapons. Fidel Edwards really be the man for that. So you can't really afford to be bowling deliveries like that one. Got away with it. He's looked very good, just bowling on a good length around that off stump. It's taken 61 runs for Muckan to get to 61 balls rather. That's nicely timed. Sammy got a hand to it. Couldn't take too much off of it. .38 for 2.
Here's another worry for the West Indies. A legacy of that chase to the final delivery of the previous over. Straight drive by Mukund.
Slightly overpitched and nicely timed. Fidel Edwards giving chase. Just pulls up a little bit short, like he just a little bit stiff. So I'm stretching his calf after that. Well, he is showing some pain. Not quite sure what that could be, but it's not a good sign for the West Indies. Imagine them being reduced to 2 bowlers. Just Sammy and Bishu bowling for the rest of the day. Ridiculous.
Well, however much pain Fidel Edwards is feeling, is going to be a real pain for the West Indies. It's something with that right leg, whether it's the calf, the Achilles. If it's the Achilles, it could be real trouble. Let's not prejudge the situation. Full toss, and eventually gets to the boundary. Loose delivery.
He's been very patient and been given a gift here. Whacks it away, and Kirk Edwards got a hand to that. Should have stopped it, but India get the first boundary for an hour.
Hit outside the off stump. Deciding to get a bit adventurous.
It's another pretty full delivery. Good choice of shot. It's outside off stump.
Just a bit on the shoulder of Adrian Bharat, who probably may be called upon to bowl. Can't afford to get injured. 43 for 2.
Very green island is Dominica, very lush. Plenty of rain, rainforests, mountains. overlooking Windsor Park. Just a sprinkling of spectators in. And Edwards on the way now to Mukund. Nicely played. Down to third man. That area down there is a lot faster than anywhere else in the ground. It goes for 4. Almost in the same direction we saw Latchman's drive in the last over from Bishu. Ball not holding up at all.
Well, totally in control of the shot. Deliberately opening the face of the bat at the last moment. Abhinav Mukund right on top. So he made sure that the ball was along the ground. Good timing on that. Used the quicker pace of Edward just to guide the ball to third man.
Got the third man in now, fielded on there. So West Indies just beginning to go more on the defensive. Nicely tucked off the legs. They've gone for 1 and will come for a second. The return is on the way. Mukund very quick. Return from Chandapal alongside the stumps to ball, but Mukund always felt he had 2 runs.
It's also, I think he realized who the fielder was. Shivnarayan Chandapal, a little bit on the slower side. Now he's 36 years old, so getting in pretty easily in the end. Mukund.
Ooh, wouldn't have done that much in his career. Kirk Edwards, batsman. Oh, yeah. So we might see him. So it looks as if we will see Kirk Edwards. I think he bowls a bit of medium pace. Never bowled in first class cricket. He's onto it now and makes a tumbling save. Fielders looking to back up the bowlers here, as you heard from Jeffrey Dujon. Very important when you're down to just 3 bowlers. You've picked up 2 early wickets, and that's an advantage to West Indies. Now these 2 settling into a partnership which is already worth 46. Good work by Kirk Edwards.
Yes, this is the kind of fielding that can make the bowlers feel, yes, we want to put in the extra effort. The fielders are putting in the extra effort. So despite just having 3 frontline bowlers, somebody like a Fidel Edwards who's coming in from a fair distance, he'll want to bowl quick as well.
No ball and a run. Edwards just overstepping the front crease, and umpire Asad Rao picking it up.
Just a marginal thing. But then the bowlers don't help their cause either, by asking the umpire to stay at a fair distance behind the stumps so that they can jump into the delivery stride. So sometimes the umpire can get it marginally wrong. This one was okay, he was on the line, so it was a no ball.
I think you started your career just after the front foot regulation came in. Used to be on the back leg, the back crease. And then in the mid 60s, maybe late 60s, they changed it. And the no balls then were determined by where the front foot landed. Used to be on the back foot. A lot of bowlers dragged a long way and were well over that front crease. Heard an argument put forward that that's fine, but why not then allow the bowlers to go over that front line, stepping on the crease to count? but they have to go all the way over the front line. Okay, that's a no ball, but as you've heard, the line belongs to the umpire, so even if they crush the line, it counts as a no ball, just touching it. Really is a millimetre in it, I suppose. Ends the over. A lot of work ahead for these bowlers. 66 for 2. We have a drinks break. So the West Indies picked up 2 early wickets this morning. An impressive opening from both Edwards and Sami. But now Mukund and Latchman have steadied things for India. They put on 48. But the West Indies have done well. Disciplined work by the West Indies. Here are the wickets.
It's just a little bit of a push by Murali Vijay, playing at a delivery outside the off stump. Have a look at that. Good delivery, though, you have to say that. Very good delivery from Fidel Edwards. Late movement, and his bad form continues. And this is a rare side. Rahul Dravid being clean bowled, losing his middle stump. Darren Sammy had said before the test match that he had found a method to get rid of Rahul Dravid. He certainly backed his words with action. And so that's the position here. India 66 for 2. Partnership of 48 between Lakshman and Mukund after those early wickets.
So typical of Dominica, the nature island that they call it. Sun, sea and sand, and all of the typical tourism cliches that attract people to the rest of the Caribbean, not applicable here. Rainforest and waterfalls, plenty of flora and fauna. There's a flamboyant in full bloom, as they are throughout the rest of the Caribbean this time of the year. Very, very colourful. All on the hills surrounding Windsor Park. Of course, right alongside the Botanical Gardens here, where they once played first-class cricket. Sunil Gavaskar played in 1971 and has no memory of it whatever.
Well, he didn't play at this ground for sure.
Those were the days when the touring teams came. There were no one-day internationals. They played against the territorial teams. The Windward Islands would have played there. And every touring team came through and played the first-class regional teams. Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Windwards, Leewards, Jamaica, in between the test matches. So those who weren't playing the test had a big opportunity. Play a lot of first-class cricket, not so any longer. Drinks are over now, and Bishu round the wicket.
Oh yeah.
Indians on this occasion didn't have a single warm-up match coming into the one-day internationals. They just played one-day internationals and tests.
Oh yeah.
Well, immediately after this test match, they go to England to play a series there. They have a warm-up game there, a 3-day warm-up game.
Not to worry, it'll rain, so we wouldn't get much play. West Indies had one warm-up game on their tour of England in 2009, and again against Somerset. Rain for 2 days.
Well bowled, drawing the batsman forward, getting the ball to turn. When he tosses the ball up, he looks like an entirely different bowler. Devendra Bishu.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, no situation.
timely partnership. 50 now between these two.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a little bit more confusion. It might have been gone for 49. In the end, they got home. Little palpitations between them. Mukund has played very solidly. Left-hander. Wrapped him outside the off stump, I think we'll find. Ball did turn back.
Yes, it certainly did, but I think it might have struck him outside the line of the off stump, trying to exploit yes, quite clearly outside the line of the off stump, trying to exploit the bowler's footmarks there. 68 for 2. There it is. Would have gone on to hit the off stump perhaps, but it would struck him outside the line of the off stump. So can't be given out because he was making an effort to play the ball as well.
Well, one Edwards replacing another. I couldn't tell you what Kirk Edwards bowls. We just have guessed at what we have there, because he's never bowled before in first-class cricket, but because of the absence of Ravi Rampal with this virus he's got, kept him off the field. The West Indies down to 3 main bowlers, so they're just looking around. I think they've put the names in a hat and drawn one out. And Kirk Edwards it is. Very short approach. Hasn't quite got his radar right at the moment.
Well, the thing is that even the Indians will be completely clueless as to what he bowls.
I don't think for long. I think he may want a square leg. Maybe 2 square legs or 3. And a couple of mid-wickets and a few mid-ons. But he never would have thought that it would have come to this. Otis Gibson, the West Indies coach, but that's the chance you take when you only pick 4 bowlers and don't have anyone else in the side who can bowl even respectably, who has bowled in first-class cricket before. Square leg has come in now for Kirk Edwards.
Yes, in the first test we saw Brendan Nash turn his arm over. Lendl Simmons also can bowl. We saw him in the one-day internationals. But both of them not in the 11. Nash out of the squad.
Yeah, Brendan Nash will tell you that he's got reasonable test wickets. Mahela Jayawardene caught and bowled in goal. The series here in 2009. Matt Pryor, another of Nash's wickets. Carlton Bohr here, just making Edwards look a little bit faster than he is, I think, standing back. One would think that he would have to stand back because he wasn't sure what's going to come his way. A couple of runs easily picked up by Mukund. Five balls bowled in his first over in first-class cricket, and Kirk Edwards has an idea. Goes up to Captain Dariad Sami. bit more effort in that last delivery. 5 runs from his first over at any level of the first class game. 73 for 2.
Wonder any of the bowling actions of these youngsters might be better than what we're seeing from Kirk Edwards. I suppose the argument might be that if he doesn't know what he's doing, Kirk Edwards, then maybe the batsman doesn't have an idea himself.
I think there are situations where that can be applied like an erratic, extremely fast bowler. On this case, I'm not sure it has the same effect, Faz. Nice shot. Nice shot, really nice shot by Mukund. Goes all the way for 4, and he stands now on the cusp of his first half century in Test match cricket. Berated himself for getting out in the 40s in the second innings of the last match. Regardless of the quality of the bowling that he's facing now, it will be an extremely important landmark for the young left-hander. He's worked very hard throughout the course of a series. He's already been rewarded with a place to England following this tour.
He would have been angry, as you said, in Barbados, but he really could have done almost nothing about that snorter from Fidel Edwards. This is almost the exact opposite. Couldn't be any easier. The only thing that could happen now would be for him to drown in honey. Some careless fielding as well. It all counts as runs. Doesn't really matter when 5, 6 years time, 20 years time, still be runs to your name as Test cricket runs. That's really careless. It's one thing to be cool and easy going, but it's really lackadaisical. He'll move on to 49 for the start of the next over. Abhinav Mukund. It's 95 for 2. And that's 50. I'm sure he'll remember this. May not be the most illustrious of circumstances or most memorable confrontation, but a Test 50 is a Test 50, and when it's your first, it will definitely matter to Abhinav Mukund.
Abhinav Mukund has not necessarily swung his way to 50, but he's gathered it. He's compiled it. His first in international cricket. Driven the ball well. Just 3 fours in that 50. It's spanned over 130 deliveries. And it's good reward for him because he's shown that character and confidence throughout the series to bat for long periods. And for me, it's not about the 50. The 50 is an achievement come and gone, and it's small stuff in the whole context of what he can go on and should go on to get.
Played very well indeed. Just right inside the line of the ball and flicking it down to fine leg. Fielder out there is really at a deep backward square, almost. He's so square. No opportunity of getting there, and Mukund right inside of it.
That's the first really bad ball that Fidel Edwards has bowled in this session. He's kept it up and around that off stump.
Beautifully played in the opposite direction now, and this probably will go away for 4 as well. So 1 off the hip, and now a lovely extra cover drive. Eased on it. So 2 boundaries off successive balls. Mukun moves on to 61.
So this was a good shot. It wasn't really a bad delivery. But as he's grown in confidence, Mukundi's played with a lot more authority.
Lovely shot down the ground. They'll have to hurry for this now, and there's an appeal for a run out. Seems to be home. Kettleborough will just check with the television replay, but no one seems too excited about it. Good piece of fielding by Barat. Broke the stumps, but Mukun seemed to be home.
Got the impression that he made his ground. Yes, easily home.
Yeah, I think the decision here is going to be predictable. He's home. But to be honest, it looks about the most likely way for the West Indies to get a wicket now. These two are very well settled. Partnership worth 96. Good conditions. West Indies, as we've been saying all day, short of one of their main bowlers, Ravi Rampal, have been since yesterday. With stomach upset or some sort of virus he has improved, but still unable to take his place in the field. Edwards just having treatment on his hamstring as well on the field. Not good signs for the West Indies, and they only made 204. Save by the substitute Simmons. So very inexpensive over. 10 off it. Really where the problem started was not so much here, but with the dismissal for 204. Got up to 300 or thereabouts. Would have been somewhat different. They're only protecting 204. 10 off the over, 115 for 2.
Just got to try to keep VVS Latchman off the back foot. It's far more comfortable there.
And he's gone. So Bishu's got him. Close in fielder. Retained there by Sammy. Adrian Barat just takes the lobbed catch, a little bit of an edge into pad, and Bishu finally gets a wicket.
Well, he pushed this one through, and seemed to hit the pad before, or the thigh pad before it hit the bat. Went straight to Bishu, went straight to Bharat. And Abhinav Mukund goes for 62. It's 116 for 3.
Virat Kohli is the new batsman. Wicket coming really out of the blue for Bishu. Caught in at short leg. Disappointment for the left-handed opener, who played really well. Played with a great deal of circumspection and concentration. Virat Kohli gets off the mark right away. Trotting through 4-2. Virat Kohli also looking for a score. Had a struggle this series and lost his place for the Tour of England, which follows. Edge just wide of Sammy. Went down as well. So Kohli with a slightly nervous start here.
Went at this very tentatively. Pushed the bat out there at it. And just got enough bat on it to keep it wide of Sammy. Wasn't really to the pitch of it. Followed it with his hands. Lucky to get away with that. Darren Sammy now calls for 2 slips, or asks Bishu if he wants 2 slips, and Kirk Edwards now is coming in to fill that second slip position.
Well, you would have thought he should have had him in there for the new batsman who has struggled this series. He's just picked up a wicket. He has him in there now. Kirk Edwards in there. .120 for 3 at the end of the over. So that was the dismissal. Just a lobbed catch.
Thanks very much, Tony. Fidel Edwards looking to get Virat Kohli once again. Did him twice in Jamaica. That was on the first day. Then in the second innings, the soft dismissal, gloving it. And then in Barbados, removed him in the second innings as well. So he's got his number, you would think, Sonny, and he wants to get him again.
Yes, but he's got to bowl at much quicker pace than he's bowling at the moment. It looks as if he's bowling at just a little above medium pace, but he's got to come in to bowl at about the 90 miles per hour that he can generate. His average speed the last 3 overs that he's bowled has been about 83 to 85 miles per hour. Yes, understandable that this pitch doesn't have the carry and the bounce that the first 2 test matches had. But because of the fact that he's got Virat Kohli under some sort of stress with the short ball, then I think he really should be looking to bend his back a lot more than he's done so far. Look at that, a lot of short deliveries, 69% short. Tried to bang the ball in again this time around. And on this pitch he'll have to bowl it a little further down as well to get the ball to bounce near the chest.
Poor delivery. No one is at a fine leg, and he has every reason to put the hands to the head, Fidel Edwards.
Well, he's got a fielder at leg gully, which is a smart move in case he's tucked the ball off the chest. That's a smart move. But he's also got one at deep square leg for the uppish hook shot, because if you remember, he was on a pair, Virat Kohli, in Barbados, and he got off the pair by hooking the ball for a 6 or towards the mid-wicket area. There is a deep mid-wicket as well, and there's a deep square leg. So I think that deep mid-wicket can go a little bit squarer.
Good stroke. At least 2 here. Thinking about the third. After the scare, they had a couple overs to go. Side against it.
Well, the ball's moving in to the right-handed Kohli, the 45th over, but ball bowled at about 86 miles an hour. Look at that, he's been bowling at about 82, 83 miles per hour. He's probably mindful of the fact that Ravi Rampal is not going to be able to bowl. And therefore maybe just trying to conserve himself a little bit. Also, I think when quick bowlers find that the pitch doesn't have the bounce, then they try and bowl a lot fuller.
And he's also clearly not 100%. Seemed to be feeling the lower part of his right leg in the morning, and then after bowling his first over this afternoon, CJ Clark dashed onto the field in between overs to offer some treatment. He's found the gap. Again, won't go right to the boundary.
Tiger.
Virat Kohli looking a lot more comfortable in that over. 133 for 3.
He's not looking entirely comfortable, Shivnarayan Chanderpaul. That's the second time he's had to chase the ball towards the boundary. I don't know what kind of a lunch he's had. He's giving Fidel Edwards a glare, I think. Look at that.
Few more clouds on those hills, but it remains bright and clear over the ground. Certainly has been looking to score at every opportunity, Virat Kohli.
He's got a good speed, going 24. He's got of 35 deliveries. He hasn't hit a 6 as yet. To give those fans a chance to wave the 6 card.
In the air, well to the left of the bowler. You'll remember that he went caught and bowled to Sammy in Jamaica.
And even after that couple of other innings, he's hit it a little wide of that, wide of the bowler. He's getting just a little bit impatient, I think, VVS Lakshman. Just a touch impatient.
Ball was up to the stumps for that. Everyone was calling for the return. But Simmons had to pick the ball up first.
And that's 150 for in there. In there 150. Also the only deliveries in 280 minutes.
It's taken some time to get up to that 150.
Oh yeah, that.
Easy runs at the moment for Virat Kohli. Normally it's VVS Lakshman who makes batting look easy. Virat Kohli on the other hand has come in with a positive intent, walked very briskly to the crease, and you could see his movements were very, very good, very positive. The result is a quarter century for him now.
And he'll add to the quarter century by 4 to complete the over from Darren Samuel. 155 for 3.
First ball of the over just nudged down to third man for a single by Kohli. Don't think that's really threatening. I think it's just to the south of us, and it just feels like if we'll get through the day without any further interruption. After those first 2 days, certainly that's welcome.
Watch your turn.
A short of catch from the bowler, played slightly uppishly. First bounce catch. Bishop's pulled a couple of good deliveries here these last few overs. And then wide of mid-on for 4, drops it down short, and Latchman so strong on the back foot, moves to 50. Gets another half century to follow the 2 in Barbados. So pulled away for 4. Bad delivery from Bishu.
Sooner or later, Sammy's going to have to find someone else to come in and bowl. Edwards, understandably, has been down on pace due to a couple of factors. Bishu's bowled a long spell. Sammy himself has been bowling a fair amount. Kirk Edwards, we saw him trundle some trifle a little bit earlier, but I think Shivnarine Chanderpaul for me is an option. He enjoys bowling seam at net, Shivnarine Chanderpaul. He always used to grab a new ball and run in and want to bowl short at the bowlers when they batted at nets. He started off bowling his leg spin, but the new ball really excites him from a seam bowling point of view. He won't get that here. I don't see any reason why he couldn't trundle some leg spin.
What I remember of him, he bowled leg spin, quickish. And seeing him in the nets, as you say, the medium pace stuff, it's very much as he almost bowls off the wrong foot.
He does. Don't know why he's given up on his bowling altogether.
Big appeal caught behind down the leg side by Bow. Brilliantly taken. He's not happy about it, turns and walks away. That was a superb take by Bow. He's had an outstanding series behind the stumps. Kohli is not happy about it. He's had a difficult series. Reckons he didn't hit it. Judging by his expression, umpire Kettleborough upholds the appeal and was very, very confident.
Let's have a look. Well, there was a deflection. There was certainly a deflection. We can probably have a look at it again a little bit later. But for now, Kohli returns to the pavilion, 168 for 4.
So the West Indies just getting wickets when they need to before this Indian total gets away from them. Plugged away, and goodish catch down the leg side by Bow, in position early. Raina, who has been in good form this series after a very dismal one-day international sequence. Here's the catch and the delivery.
Yeah, from that angle, it looks as though it came off the bat. From that angle, might have been pad. When it comes from straight down the line, you're disadvantaged as to whether you can conclusively say that it's come off bat or pad. The reaction of the batsman suggests that it wasn't off the bat. Carlton Boyd definitely goes up for the catch. He doesn't look to square leg for the stumping.
Ball just looking for a stumping down the leg side. Crowd enjoys it. 171 for 4. We've had a lot of discussion about the catch down the leg side by Bohr. Now, was it a stumping as well? And it looks that way. But that was not what the appeal was for originally. But an appeal is an appeal. So that, in fact, if the catch had not been given, square leg umpire would have had to consider whether that foot was grounded, and it isn't there, it's in the air. But he's gone now, so that's it. The standing umpire gave him out, so it's caught behind. But wonderful work by Bohr in both cases, catch and stump. At the same time, the catch counted. 172 for 4. Change in the commentary now. Fazir Mohammed is going to be with Jeffrey Dujon.
Thanks very much, Tony, and thanks for all of that elaboration and clarification together with Bish.
Oh yes, Tiger.
I think what it does show more than anything else, Duj, is that the umpires have a very difficult job to make an instant call. We do have the benefit of all of that technology to analyze, to look at different angles. They've got to make an immediate decision.
Well, one thing's for sure, Faz, it's not a job I particularly fancy. No question was asked of square leg. So it had to be Richard Kettleborough's decision.
We're going to take a look at this for a stumping chance. Just want to take a look at it now. Just seems to amble out a bit, the back foot. Was it in the air? See, now the bails are off.
Well, fancy that. And he's been given out, and quite rightly so. Shivnarine Chanderpaul gets his 9th wicket in Test cricket. VVS Laxman is gone. And some heads-up work from Carlton Boyd. Important wicket for the West Indies. This was the man who could steady things. He's as surprised as anyone. And Duncan Fletcher is a bit shocked, but no one more so than VVS Laxman, who goes for 56. And it's 172 for 5.
What a bizarre 15 minutes we've had. Carlton Bow has really covered himself in glory. And this man has picked up a rare test wicket, adding to his tally. He's played his 133rd test, the most ever by a West Indian, and he's picked up his 9th wicket. Mahendra Singh Dhoni is the new batsman, by the way.
Here we go. How often do you get out leaving alone? Stumped.
Real anticipation here by Carlton Bow. He's already taken a good catch down the leg side to remove Virat Kohli. Here he lets it go by, thinks he's safe, the foot lifts, and there in that instant he gets the bail off. .172 for 5. Good session as it's turned out for the West Indies. Last couple of wickets taken very quickly. One of them by Shivnarine Chanderpaul, and his magical spell is over. Placed by his fellow Guyanese Devendra Bishu.
And this could very well be because Suresh Raina is at the wicket, and Bishu has accounted for him a couple of times.
Peel for a catch behind. Not this time.
It was pretty spontaneous, so this might have been very close. Passed very close. Difficult to say if there was a sound. I think I'm seeing daylight between the ball and the edge there.
Yeah, Bish.
Doesn't look entirely comfortable though. Dhoni pushing at this one. Seems to be some daylight. I agree with you, Douche. Bat seemed to scrape against the turf, pushing at it. That might have been the sound, either on the ground or on the boot.
Now Bishu has accounted for Raina a couple of times, but he's had a bat pad. Got him out there in Barbados. He's got a leg slip now, hasn't bothered with the bat pad. Sweeping, gloving it to leg slip, and that's the one in Barbados. Well, now he seems to have remembered Darren Sammy, and he's brought in a bat pad.
Too short. Just a single though that completes the over. 182 for 5.
Now Sammy just with a backward short leg now. Gone now to square leg. And a very fine deflection. Maybe off the pad. They've gone for one, back for two. And was off the pad, so 2 leg byes. Let's have a look at the 5 wickets fallen today.
This was Murali Vijay. Edwards got him to nibble at one outside off stump. Nicely pitched up. And just took the outside edge. That was very wide. And then Darren Sammy, as he'd said, he's weak around that off stump early on and nipped one back, hitting middle. Dravid seemed to be playing down the wrong line, probably looking for one to go away from him. Been troubled with by Sammy, and he'd gotten him out with deliveries going away from him, so he's probably looking to compensate. Played down the wrong line, and that one went through the gate. That was a big wicket for the West Indies.
Dhoni's just replaced the helmet with a cap. No, he's replacing the cap with a helmet. And Sammy's really off a shorter run than usual, not even of a quick medium pace. He's down perhaps in the middle 70s miles per hour.
Next man to go was Mukund. Edged one into the thigh pad, and it just lobbed to Bharat at forward short leg. Swan bounced a little bit more and trying to work it away. Didn't get enough bat on it. Virat Kohli went next, nibbled one down the leg side. Well taken by Carlton Baugh. Turned out that he'd been caught and probably stumped as well. Just easing off that edge, and a good take from Baugh. Excellent piece of wicket keeping.
So India have gone ahead. Still half their wickets intact. Strong position for them.
The next man to go was VVS Latchman, and this was bizarre. Left it alone, and Carlton Baugh just whipped the bails off, and it turns out that his foot was in the air. Stumped, leaving alone. Can you believe that?
Pulled away short of a length at barely medium pace. So no difficulty to finish off the over with a single. Runs off every ball of the over. Starting with the 2 leg byes, 207 for 5. Vishu will continue now. 207 for 5, India ahead. Looking to just build up. Real carelessness here on the part of Latchman, but very alert by the keeper Carlton Baugh, who had taken an excellent catch to dismiss Kohli. I don't know if they teach that at Wolmer's College, Jeffrey, to be so alert, shrewd. Especially, I would imagine, in your matches against Kingston College, KC.
Well, this one is into the pad. Sticks between his legs. Well, there's alert for you, in case you thought the first one was a fluke.
Is this a speciality of Wolmer's? Did you ever stump one like that in your time?
But you need to look where he's looking. He's looking at Latchman's feet. Don't think he intended initially to take the bails off, but just in the natural motion of coming back to the stumps, he just glimpsed his feet. So he's looking at Latchman's feet and times it. There you go.
Can't say I've ever or remember seeing that. There was an instance, I think, in the World T20. Craig Kieswetter for England came way down the pitch, pulled away between the fielders and goes for 4 again. Bishu not being able to be steady enough. End of the over, 2-11 for 5, but he's had a lot of work today. It'll be a wide, or should be, not signalled. Very, very wide. Perhaps because he moved towards it, or umpire Kettleborough might just be sympathetic to a bowler who hasn't bowled very much in recent times. Think of a second, but not there. Good work on the outfield. Darren Bravo is out there, got the return in very, very quickly alongside the stumps as well. Was looking for the second, but a good piece of work by Darren Bravo in the deep. Chandapol now round the wicket to the left-hander. Full toss put away. Comfortably put away for 4. So just a little momentum now coming into the Indian scoring with 2 4s in successive overs after a long period of drought as far as boundaries were concerned. Hour and a half without one, and now we've had 1 in consecutive overs.
No, just a full toss. It got what it deserved.
Work it, Tiger. Keep working, Tiger.
Chandapol is enjoying this. He's got a wicket. Some bowls since the West Indies tour of England 2007 test match at Old Trafford, and 11 overs there. So another couple here from the sweep shot. Neatly played, dragged from outside the off stump. It's the over so far. So I think it reflects the fact that Chandapol hasn't been bowling much of late. Ends the over. 220 for 5, 16 ahead. .23 is the lead for India. Half their wickets in hand, and Bishu continues. Slapped away off the back foot, short ball. And they'll come back for a second. So runs coming comfortably now as these two settle in. Raina's 31. Dhoni has gone on to 26 in the commentary box. Fazia Mohammed, and with him Ian Bishop.
Thanks a lot, TC. Bit of creativity there. And a gentle long hop, and he's able to capitalize upon. He'll just be getting tired now. He's got to get accustomed to these long days bowling for the West Indies, Bish.
In any career, there's a few in the offering. And if your team insists on not batting properly, then you spend a lot more time in the field.
When is it going to start toppling? She's waiting to catch it. Just on the left.
Catch!
Juicy full toss swung away. Someone shouted catch. It was hit safely by Suresh Raina. It's really a testament to the outstanding work of those behind the cameras, in the control room and many other areas.
Yeah, I think the engineers and commentators have really stolen the show. The cameramen have cruised along on our backs for 21 years. It was the oldest serving cameraman in the crew. There's some contention as to whether it's oldest or longest. I'd say both.
Keep working it, Tiger. Keep working it, Tiger.
Paul Joseph, that is.
Good running. 249 for 5. It's taken some time, but this partnership has pushed on to 77. And just at a period where India might have been a bit unsteady, losing 2 wickets for 4 runs, some unusual dismissals, really pushed things along. .250 up.
India versus 250.
He's really tried to paddle that directly behind the keeper.
Ralph says not out. West Indies don't feel too disappointed at it. Don't give the impression, at least. Don't know why. But it certainly was close enough, and here it is on Hawkeye. Of course, umpire's review system not in operation. And that would have been just clipping, and the umpire's call would have remained as it was on the field, not out. But a good delivery from Bishu, little encouragement for him, 269 for 5. But partnership now worth 99 between these two. They become quite silent. 100 partnership now between these two. just about silenced the crowd. Trumpeter in the crowd has been just blowing rally around the West Indies. Applause from the crowd here, which has been very good as far as giving support where support is due. 100 partnership on the board. They appreciate that. They recognize it. Perhaps not appreciate is not the word. Recognize it. But they've gone very silent now, as was to be expected. They need perhaps just to give the West Indies a little enthusiasm. Maybe if they take the new ball, or if they're able to take it, better put, might get something from the crowd. And but at the moment, Raina and Dhoni in full control. Another 12 overs and 4 balls remaining for the day.
Whoa!
Yes, one thing the use of Chanderpaul and Bishop together has done is it has speeded up the over rate.
Another no ball from Bishop. He's really got to work on this, as you heard from all the other commentators. It's something that shouldn't be too difficult to correct for a spin bowler. Just a bit of indiscipline on his part.
Oh yeah.
Six no balls so far in his 35 overs.
Whoa!
That's pretty much a no ball every 6 overs. And another half century for Suresh Raina. Third consecutive half century for him. Got 80 in Jamaica. He got a 50 in Barbados, and now a half century here.
Over and drinks time, please.
275 for 5.
First ball with a brand new ball. Big appeal for leg before and out. Leg before, first ball with the new ball. Edwards strikes and the crowd comes alive. So movement for Edwards, and umpire Kettleborough raises the finger. 275 for 6. A long partnership ended.
Well, Sammy is ecstatic at the decision to take the new ball, which has worked for him. And Fidel Edwards pitching the ball up. I think he caught Raina on the crease. And that late movement, he's got a slinging action, so it's got that late movement. Look at that. The seam pointing up. And I think it would have gone on to hit the leg stump. Yes. So umpire Kettleborough getting it right. Raina has played a very good innings. Good partnership with his skipper. India 275 for 6.
So Edwards is struck with the first ball of the second new ball. Harbhajan Singh comes in now. Bunks him out in Barbados, Edwards, but doesn't look as if he's going to try that here. There is no short leg, although there are 2 men deep, one at long leg and one at square leg. But he's got his couple of wickets with swinging deliveries with full-length balls such as this one.
Yes, he got Murli Vijay also out with a full leg delivery. And there he is. Raina right in front of the stumps. Late movement. First ball with the second new ball. And would have gone on to hit the leg stump. He's been bowling well within himself. Maybe he's not 100%. This ball was bowled at 80 miles an hour. The first ball with the second new ball.
Now the crowd back in it, right back in it. They had become muted during that long partnership. between Donny and Reiner. But as soon as they took new ball, I think even if a wicket hadn't fallen early on, the new ball always brings a crowd to life.
It certainly does here in the West Indies, and they're just waiting now for Edwards to bounce one around the batsman's ears.
Completely beaten again by that late swing. Well, you know all about it, Sonny, about balls around your ears in the West Indies.
It certainly do. But I think over here it looks as if Fidel Edwards getting good movement, but he's struggling a little bit with the thigh. Immediately after that first delivery to Harbhajan Singh, he sort of was massaging his thigh, and maybe there's just a hint of a limp as he walking back to his run-up. That's why I thought it a little bit strange that he didn't opt to loosen up. But then who can complain? He's got a wicket of the first ball that he bowled with the second new ball. I thought he'd bowl a couple of deliveries with the old ball and then take the new ball.
Very fine indeed. There's no fine leg. He's really a deep backward square leg. And Edwards missed directing that one and easily put away by Harbhajan for a boundary.
Yes, I think because of the late movement.
Now Sammy off a shortened run. And that's Donny half century. Comes for a second run, his first of the series. Struggled a bit for runs in the series so far.
Of course, with Donny still there, especially against the new ball, if he can lend bat to ball, it could be entertaining last few minutes.
Well, the weather seems to have cleared somewhat, and if we get 2 clear days, there's no telling what could happen. It's very important that the West Indies bowl India out as quickly as possible. Lead just 80, well, it's not just 87. I would think 87 would be is quite a decent lead with 2 days to go. Very jaded West Indian attack. CJ Clark there just doing some running repairs on Fidel Edwards. He's going to have a good night's sleep tonight, there's no question about that. It's really been a great effort from him today. He's shouldered a lot of responsibilities, kept the ball up to the bat, he's got whatever movement there is, and hasn't really shirked the work. He's tried to keep up some decent pace. Ball around 86. Clearly wouldn't really be expecting him to bowl at express pace when he has so much work to do. Can get up to about 90, but that went through at around 86, which is decent. He's got to pace himself. It's coming on to the end of the day, and you would expect that he won't have a whole lot of energy left. He's giving it what he's got.
Donny clearly wants to take him on, and he's picked up a boundary. He'll be feeling a lot more comfortable with the ball coming onto the bat.
This was just too short for this surface. Just whipped it away.
Just took some of the pace off it. Alan Samuels. Right hand heavily bandaged.
.99 the lead now. So despite losing 6 wickets, India have battered themselves into pretty commanding position. Just depends on how long it takes the West Indies to break this partnership. Can really put something substantial on the board and have lots of time to go back after the West Indies.
That's a good hit. Got a bit of width from Fidel Edwards to end of the over. And he responded in style, the Indian captain. 307 for 6. This will be a huge relief when you've got to face someone of the rather gentle pace of Darren Samia, just around 75 miles per hour at this stage. Here he comes again. It's like extra time in the FA Cup final. Everybody's going down. Treatment for Dhoni as well. Is this over ever going to be completed? Well, he hasn't too much to do today, but good to get a little rest. Sami in his 26th over. Dhoni at the crease for almost 3 hours. Partnership just 32. Running out of gas from West Indies captain, barely carried to Carlton Bow. Some outstanding work today, the West Indies keeper. Period of play in mid-afternoon that really captured the attention of everyone. Bizarre dismissal, the stumping of VVS Lakshman. Before that, a catch down the leg side to get rid of Virat Kohli. This is what Test cricket is all about. The West Indies have learned the hard way over the last 15-16 years about long days in the field. What has compounded the problem is the injury to Rampal, so it's really resulted in others being called upon. Devendra Bishu has to learn fast at this level. Just one ball left. Imagine that, he's ready to celebrate, just getting through the day in one piece. And that's the entertainment for the day. India taking their time about things. The West Indies battling as hard as they could. And Darren Sammy seeing it as a bit of a triumph. And they've been able to get through the day. A day that he probably would not have been looking forward to, especially with the absence of that man in the foreground. Ravi Rampaul only turned up in the last 15-20 minutes. It's been a real effort. Through all that, India have progressed.
Healthy lead of 104. Still 4 wickets standing. Things looked a bit shaky when a few wickets fell and Dhoni and Raina had a good partnership of 104, and Harbhajan has come and joined as captain. They've put on 33, 47 balls. So it's been rough going for the West Indies. Mukund up front with 62, 56 from Lachman, 30 from Kohli, a half century from Raina, and Dhoni there still on 65 along with Harbhajan. 308 for 6, lead of 104. Bowling, it's been rough going for the West Indies. 2 wickets for Fidel Edwards, who bowled extremely well. 2 for Sammy, 1 for Bishu, and 1 for Shivnarine Chandrapal. Getting to bowl after all these years. So the West Indies 204. Baugh and Bravo getting half centuries. 5 for Isant Sharma. And then India replying strongly now with 308 for 6, with Mukund on 62 half centuries from Lachman and Raina as well, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni there on 65, pushing their lead to 104. And there have been a few highlights.
And it really has been a final session belonging to India. Suresh Raina taking the lead immediately on the resumption with a couple of boundaries. Too short, too full, and he was ready to capitalize. Dhoni, that punching style of his stroke play. Raina swinging away for 4. Good appeal here by Bishu to Raina, but umpire judged was doing too much. And then he brought up his 50. Another half century in this series for the left-hander. And then he fell. LBW, first delivery with the second new ball from Fidel Edwards. Might have been thinking of going on for the 100, but Harbhajan replaced him. Got going pretty quickly. Dhoni's first really substantial innings of the series took him to 50. There was a appeal for a catch down the leg side. Umpire Kettleborough was unmoved other than to say not out. Dhoni off the second new ball, getting a boundary back with a square, and then over the top just to rub salt in the wounds of the tiring West Indies team. That's the situation now. India ahead by 104 runs and looking to pile on the pressure going into day 4.
And it only leaves for us to give you the Johnny Walker Giants Player of the Day. And not surprisingly, it's the bizarre dismissal of VVS Lachman. Left the ball alone, and very alert work from Carlton Baugh. Spotted the foot in the air and whipped the bails off. It's not something that you see very often, and I really wonder if it's something that we'll see again. Light goes on, that's why he's out. Good alert piece of work from Carlton Baugh. And that's the Giant Play of the Day, brought to you by Johnny Walker as part of their Be a Giant, Don't Drink and Drive campaign.
We've had our first really good day weather-wise, and with all the time lost over the first 2, we still have an early start tomorrow. And should be a day in which the West Indies will be tested again as India look to extend their already considerable lead. To join us from just about 9:20 local time, 10 minutes before the scheduled start as we look forward to the final couple of days of this first ever Test match being played at Windsor Park. Goodbye, everybody.
And that alone make us strong. One goal in mind, win, lose or draw. We all